Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to those in the gallery. We appreciate you coming along and sharing your information tonight. And I also welcome the councillors and staff to our final meeting for 2025. So, to begin, the public is advised that it is council policy to record the proceedings of meetings of council on digital media to assist in the preparation of minutes and to ensure that a true and accurate account of debate and discussion of meetings is available. This audio recording is authorised by the Local Government Meeting Procedures Regulations 2025. I'll begin by acknowledging the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Tomagina people, and to pay our respect to those that have passed before us, their history and their culture. Item 1 is record of attendance. No apologies received and leave of absence previously approved nil. Item 2, confirmation of the minutes of the previous meeting. There is a recommendation before you, councillors, that the minutes of the ordinary meeting of Waratah Wynyard Council held at Council Chambers 21 Saunders Street, Wynyard on Monday 17th of November 2025, a copy of which, having previously been circulated to councillors prior to the meeting, be confirmed as a true and correct record. Could I have a mover for that motion, please?
I'll second.
Councillor Roberts has moved and Councillor Bramage has seconded. Any corrections to the minutes are to be identified and agreed upon at this point prior to taking a vote to adopt the minutes. So are there any amendments, queries or questions that need to be answered? Just move that. If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Against? Nil. Carried. Item 3, declarations of interest. Any councillors that have a declaration of interest for the meeting this evening, please? No declarations of interest from councillors, staff and agenda items?
No, thank you.
No. Okay, moving on to item 4. Councillors' announcements and report. Announcements by the Mayor. Item 4.1. Wonders of Wynyard 20 years anniversary. A special morning tea was held at the Wonders of Wynyard this morning to celebrate the 20 years of operation, having been opened in December 2005. This facility began as an idea from Francis Ransley, a councillor at the time, who proposed that the Wonders of Wynyard could house his amazing veteran car collection. Moving on, this collection is an absolute star attraction, drawing thousands of car enthusiasts over the 20 years. This collection is touted as the best in the Southern Hemisphere. After the passing of Francis Ransley, the collection was sold to a local business entrepreneur, Dale Ilfeston, AO. Dale has supported the retention of this collection at the Wonders of Wynyard and has even considered adding more cars to the collection, which would require expansion of the facility to accommodate these unique cars. It is important at this point to acknowledge the amazing contingent of volunteers who warmly welcome all visitors who are either seeking travel and accommodation information or who specifically are keen to visit Veteran Cars collection. The Wonders of Wynyard is a wonderful facility and an absolute tourism gem for Tasmania. On a less formal note, I wish to congratulate the Wynyard community for the amazing displays of Christmas lights this year. I suggest that you all go for a drive and enjoy these spectacular and colourful creations around Wynyard and Somerset before Christmas. Item 4.2, the Mayor's communications. There are a list of events, etc. that I attended. So could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Roberts moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Johnson. Are there any queries or questions relating to my communications?
Yeah, Mayor Dunn, if you allow me, it's on the 10th of the 12th, Learning and Development Subcommittee meeting. Is that to do more online learning this year? Is that what that's about?
Okay. I'm chair of this subcommittee, and Legat have actually employed someone for 4 days a week to review all of the modules that we have already undertaken to determine whether there is a better way of presenting them that makes them easier. We do apparently have 3 more modules that will be coming online, and there's an environment module as well, which is that's a very easy one to go through. That meeting was just the initial meeting.
That's fine.
Okay.
Can I ask a follow-up question regarding the same thing, if you allow me? I don't know whether you or our general manager can explain to the LGAT where's the fairness in it. We've got some councillors on the other side of the river not doing it. We've got some councillors that side of the hills not doing it and not getting into trouble. You got another councillor here, me, that struggled doing it, had some sleepless nights, and my eyes did leak a bit doing it.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gary. If I can just stop you there. I'm asking for questions around my communications, and I'd like it if you can ask the question again in the public, not public questions, but yeah, the councillor questions without notice. That will give us time. This will give us time to actually come up with a response.
Sorry, I apologise.
No, please don't apologise. It's just that if I can keep it contained into...
my fault. Yep, you're right. Sorry, I accept that.
Okay. All right. So, Councillor Roberts, sorry.
On the 10th of the 12th, there's the Seabrook Indie School. Can we take out Seabrook and just have Indie?
Sorry?
On the 10th of the 12th.
On the 10th of the 12th, that you attended those two?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor also on the 3rd of the 12th attended the International Day of People with Disability morning tea. So thank you both for that. Councillor Roberts, you moved. Councillor Johnson, you seconded. Are there any more queries regarding my communications report?
Just say that you've been very busy, Mayor Duniams.
Thank you very much. I'm going to put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. 4.3 reports by delegates, none received. 4.4 notification of council workshops. There is a recommendation before you that council notes the following workshops on the 1st of the 12th and the 8th of the 12th.
Don't move, Mayor.
Councillor Bramich moved.
Seconded.
Councillor Roberts seconded. Councillor Bramich, did you wish to comment? Okay, anyone else wishing to make comments about the workshops? If not, I will put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. Item 5, public questions and statements. 5.1, responses to public questions taken on notice from the previous meeting. There are none. Public questions received in writing. None. Public questions without notice. We have no questions this evening, but we have some public statements received in writing, not in writing, sorry, public statements without notice. So, who have we got first? Oh.
Not really. Doesn't matter.
Yep. Luke Bennett. So before you start, Luke, I just need to advise everybody that we do encourage participation at our meetings through public questions and statements, but we do ask that you show respect to us and to anyone who's in the gallery. It's my responsibility to maintain orderly conduct of council meetings, and that's the reason I'm bringing that up. And you have 3 minutes for your statement.
Thank you.
I'll just remind councillors, there is no debate about any of the information presented. So sorry, go right ahead.
All good. Thank you, Mayor, councillors and representatives. I attend tonight on behalf of Tasmania Fire Service and Live Well. Live Well are a local community group doing some excellent work, and what they're looking to do is put on a Emergency Preparedness Information Expo Day at Sisters Beach. Sisters Beach is one of those communities within your LGA that is very high risk, whether it become bushfire or ageing population or all those other types of scenarios. And we're looking to put something together because there's not too many community groups in there already. There's no real established support groups or sporting groups or churches, in fact. So we're looking to put something together where we actually get an opportunity for the community to come together and to start to understand what their risk is, how they are best to be prepared in the event of emergency, and what they're going to do in the event that that happens. Supported today by Kelly and Kalani. I just want to thank them for all the hard work they're doing for this. We have already come up with a bit of a flyer, which we will leave a couple copies here and will be emailed through to everyone in the next couple of days as well. TASPOL, SES are also on board, as well as whoever else we can get. So I believe the council may also already be supporting it. So we're just looking to inform you guys that this is going on, and then also if we can get any support or assistance along the way, that'd be fantastic. Events looking to be held in January. We're a bit lucky because the fire season's been pushed out because of the weather at the moment. So we're hoping that will be a great time just before, while everyone's still in the local area, just before the kids go back to school, and hopefully before too much starts happening in the landscape.
Okay then, thank you so very much.
Lovely.
Kelly Millikins, would you?
I think it's just.
It's a combination. Thank you for that.
So we're on to Robin.
Yeah, Robin, if you'd like to come forward, thank you. Thank you, Robin.
So I'd like to congratulate the work that the council has done to develop the Waratah Wynyard Councillor Charter. So a basic challenge for us all is to respectfully listen to others who have different opinions and different worldviews to ourselves, while trying to build a common vision of the changes that are needed in our communities. We all have a bias towards negativity, which is an innate, evolved aspect of human nature, but this so often prevents us from getting along together. And for each of us, it takes a lot of work to address our automatic negativity bias and to foster the relationships of goodwill that are needed for everything we do with other people. So if our communities are to thrive, we all need to do the inner work to be able to collaborate better together. In other words, build our mental health, which helps us develop and maintain meaningful relationships and to adapt to change and cope with adversity. It is the way we interact with other people who have a different worldview than us that is so important. Not seeing others as a threat, but rather seeing them as providing an opportunity to learn something, to challenge ourselves to become a better person in trying to understand others who have had different life experiences than us, recognising that strength comes from diversity. Our communities are facing great changes, such as due to climate change and to economic and technological upheavals. To navigate these changes, we need more than ever the capacities to make good decisions together, not for our own self-interest, but for the good of all. Resilience is also going to become more and more important. So talking about disasters, it depends as much on our ability to let go of qualities, beliefs and directions that can no longer be sustained, as well as adapting to change. So it is to be applauded that the Council is proposing the Councillor Charter be adopted, and that the Charter specifies recognition of the need for councillors to lead with empathy, build trust and support strong community relationships, to foster a team culture and establish accountability, to encourage the showing of respect, listening actively and encouraging the sharing of ideas, the importance of acknowledging differences and understanding others' perspectives and acknowledge achievements. At Live Well Tasmania, we also pledge to ensure that all we do reflects these types of values, and we continue to always strive to keep our community, help our community build these ways of being. There's many benefits to greater resilience and adopting pro-social skills. Research shows that it not only lowers stress hormones and strengthens the immune response, but also decreases rumination, increases self-reported happiness, creates more optimistic and supportive communication styles, and serves as an antidote to burnout. So the challenge is for us all to collaborate more effectively with each other, and we will see a thriving community as a result. Here's to a much more collaborative 2026 with better communication both within the council and between council and community. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. So moving on to item 6, the Planning Authority items, and the time is 6:19 as we go into the Planning Authority. 6.1, public questions without notice relating to planning matters. We have not received any. 6.2, public statements relating to planning matters. We haven't received any. Item 6.3, subdivision 1 into 2 lots, dwelling and outbuilding shed located at 1 Inglesdale Drive, Wynyard. There is a recommendation before you, councillors, that in accordance with Section 51 and Section 57 of the Land Use Planning and Approvals Act 1993 and the Tasmanian Planning Scheme Waratah Wynyard, grants approval for the subdivision 1 into 2 lots, dwelling and outbuilding shed at 1 Inglesdale Drive, Wynyard, subject to the conditions listed in our report. Could I have a mover for that motion, please?
So moved.
Councillor Roberts moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Deputy Mayor Edwards seconded. Would you like to open the debate, please, Councillor Roberts?
Just all I'll say is that when it comes to the planning matters and as the planning authority, without our councillor hats on, that I'm very, I'm very happy to go along with the recommendation of our planning department, who do an excellent job. This is one that, it's very written out black and white what is the standards, and if they meet the standards, then we pretty much must approve them as is functional. So I'm happy to support this, as is the recommendation of our planning department.
Thank you. Is there anyone who wishes to speak against this recommendation? Are there any further speakers for the motion?
Yes,
Councillor Highland.
yeah, thanks. Look, there was a couple of the queries, subdivisions, a couple of queries on the actual project. One was in regard to sewerage and drainage easements, which were referred to Taswater, and that was, of course, given the approval. So they had a couple of issues there, but they were overcome, and the planning department handled them quite well, so I don't see any real problems with it. I can certainly support it.
Thank you for that. Are there any further speakers to this motion? If not, I will put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. Item 6.4, dwelling and outbuilding shed located at 53 Aldersons Road, Wynyard. The recommendation is that Council, in accordance with Section 51 and Section 57 of the Land Use Planning and Approvals Act 1993 and the Tasmanian Planning Scheme, Waratah Wynyard, grants approval for the dwelling and outbuilding shed at 53 Aldersons Road, Wynyard, subject to the conditions listed in the document. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Roberts has moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Johnson. Councillor Roberts, would you like to open the debate about this item?
Again, I would just like to stress that I will follow the recommendations of our planning department, and I'm happy to do so. Thank you very much.
Are there any further speakers for the motion? Are there any speakers against? Councillor Highland.
Thanks, Madam Chair. Yeah, similar again. It's Aldersons Road runs parallel to the highway around near Dargaville's up, and only it's up on the hill there, and it is an odd-shaped block, but they've overcome the issues, and the planning department again has dealt with it appropriately, and I've got no issues with it. happy to support it.
Are there any further speakers to this motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. The Planning Authority closes at 6:23. Moving on to item 7, matters raised by councillors. 7.1, responses to councillor questions taken on notice from the previous meeting. 7.1.1, councillor Courtney, living income, and the response is that this will be dealt with in a future workshop. 7.1.2, councillor Orr, community-based income, and the response is the same, will be included in a future workshop. 7.1.3, councillor Bramage, cleaning of signs. So the item can be looked at as part of the coming up the budget in 2026-2027. And councillor Bramage, 7.1.4, resheeting of Elmer Fagan Hall.
Thank you.
And the officer's response, in fact, there are two items there. The works as contracted for Elmer Fagan Hall car park and access road, so they're scheduled for the week of 8th of December, which has already passed, and as an outcome of expression of interest process will be known well after this date. 7.1.5, councillor Courtney, potholes Bass Highway. Councillor Courtney asked if we could contact State Growth and determine just when we can get our roads fixed. Councillor's officer's response. We've given an update to, Department of State Growth has given us an update. Asphalt patching is being arranged while a more substantive rehabilitation is being designed and scheduled. 7.2, councillor questions received in writing. 7.3, councillor questions without notice. And Gary will take your question now.
Yeah, I just wonder whether you or the GM could talk to the hierarchy in the local government association and ask the question maybe on my behalf is, where's the fairness in all this? That some councils are doing it, some are not. In my view, it's frustrating me. So therefore, we're going to develop a charter after where we try and keep settled down. Well, I'm sorry, but that doesn't give me any hope that it will make me settle down. I will try, but I guess you really know what I'm talking about, don't you? I can't ask so much more than that. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. I can answer your questions about the fairness in terms of some councillors doing the modules and other councillors not in other councils. There is a requirement for councils to determine or to report on those that have finished or partway through or whatever in the annual report. So I guess that it does advise the community, those that are actually undertaking the training and those that aren't. So that's where I suppose there's an expectation that the community may say, well, you should be doing the modules. However, it is only my response at the moment, and I'm hoping that things do change for us over the next year.
Thank you.
Are there any further questions, please, without notice? Councillor Johnson.
Just curious on who is the landowner from the Somerset Bridge to the Esplanade Somerset, e.g. the railway line. It's a two-part question. I was just wanting to know who owns that and who's responsible for maintaining that area. I don't think we should have it left to a fire hazard state to be maintained, and as it is front of house and as is the tourists coming over that bridge this time of year, it's not up to standards I think we really need to sharpen our pencil and see who is to maintain it, and it should be maintained regularly, not 6 monthly. So yeah, that's my question.
So your question is who is responsible?
Who is
So,
responsible and
Is there any?
yeah.
Daniel, thank you.
Through you, Mayor, look, it is the state rail corridor, and we know that Burnie City Council are the corridor manager for the rail corridor from Cooey through to Wynyard. I guess the second part of the question around maintenance and standard and frequency of maintenance, it's probably a discussion we have to open with Burnie as the corridor manager around if this council wants to see it done more often, we may need to take a part in that, being in our municipal area rather than, I'd suspect Burnie may seek to minimise that maintenance for anything outside of their own area. So.
Thank you. So we shall wait and see.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Are there, Deputy Mayor Edwards?
I'm just asking, is there anything in the planning scheme of where people are planting trees on their boundary or their verges and there's power lines going over the top? Is there anything in the Act that allows people not to do that or plant so far back? Because when you drive around properties, you can see where some of them are planted right underneath, and they're not just little shrubs, they're like quite big trees.
Thank you.
Sorry,
For
you're just...
the most part, it's silent on it under the TPS. Where it usually is catched, it's usually caught with Tas Networks legislation instead. That probably doesn't get captured until they're then progressively getting a little bit bigger. But yeah, it's not necessarily under the planning scheme.
Thank you. And a second question, are we able to, as a council, write a letter to the Waverley Council offering our thoughts, prayers and deepest condolences to the people of Waverley and beyond, please?
I think that would be an excellent idea. So I thank you for that question, and we shall do that as a council. Thank you very much. Yes, Gary, another question.
One more, if I may. Directed to the Director of Engineering. Sorry to do this to you again. The Mounties roundabout was handed back to state growth a period a little time ago. They indicated that mow it so often, I just can't recall. But I had a couple of farmers wanting to know could they go and bale hay there. It's that long. And I just wondered whether coming up to Christmas, what are they going to do? You know what, you know.
For you, Mayor, I can answer that one. I did, when I was responding to Councillor Courtney's question from last meeting, talking to DSG, I asked them about that. They were scheduled to do a mow, I believe, end of November, which hasn't happened. They put to me they're still seeking a contractor variation or other agreement to have that happen, so they're past the date. So.
You want to give them my number?
Well, it might be best to make independent contact on that one, Councillor.
Cheap rate. Thank you.
Thank you, councillors. Are there any further questions? Councillor Roberts.
Okay, so about 3 years ago, we passed a motion to support state representatives from Waratah Wynyard with an amount of up to about $500, I believe, for our local representatives for state, because we had one for national but not state. If that is the case, then can we advertise that on our website by any chance? Because that is not advertised, and I don't believe the national one is either. I'll look into that, and I'll come back to you. Thank you so much. And one more question, if that's all right. I thought since we're doing so much in the space of digital multimedia, and there's things that the community will see in that, I thought it might be a wise idea to update Waratah Wynyard or Wynyards or Somerset as well as Wikipedia pages, because I was looking at some of the old famous Wynyard cricketers on Wikipedia the other night, and I was clicking on the Wynyard stuff, and we've got such a beautiful region, and we have such limited photos in comparison to, even in terms of notable residents, there's 2 listed there, and I can think of 10 off the top of my head. So I think it'd be a great idea if, as a part of our strategy, that we could
that a resident raised, and I didn't know whether it was true. I didn't know how to answer it. I didn't know how to find out. So I've been told that our area is disadvantaged when it comes to healthcare, that there's, as part of the no ramping, that the state government has banned hospital transfers where there's no bed available. I was told by a health staff member that that includes people that have to go and get a scan for having a heart attack. So that means if you're having a heart attack in the Hobart catchment, you get your scan in 24 hours. If you have it in Launceston, you get it in 24 hours. But their understanding is that if you are having a heart attack or a suspected heart attack in Burnie, you can't go to Launceston for the scan until there's a bed. I just want to confirm, can we contact our health minister and just confirm that is that the case? That if there's no bed in another hospital, there's no transfer, and there's no exceptions to the rule? Because if that is so, that means that our people that are having cardiac events, if they're not getting scanned in 24 hours, they have a higher risk of dying of a heart attack. So if that's true, I've got serious concerns about the disadvantage for our area. So could we just find out whether there's truth to that?
We will pass that one on and see what sort of response we get. So thank you very much. That's very comprehensive. A lot of questions this evening. Are there any more that Councillor Hyland?
Christmas decorations. No, sorry. Well, it is related. Just on the Christmas lights competition, is that any boundaries or just, well, I've had the phone call from Waratah and they didn't have any entry forms in the post office. And they've got 4 houses that are lit up. I just had to ask the question.
Thank you for that. We didn't know that there were any entries or people wanting to enter in Waratah. I will say that because we can't go out until dark, as it was, we didn't get home until about 11:30. And if we had to go to Waratah, it's that distance. However,
Through you, Mayor, no, we weren't aware of that, but I don't see any reason to exclude them.
No.
Maybe they could take some photographs and send them in, and we'll do it that way.
I think that would work, and Councillor Raw and myself, we did actually say at the end of our evening, we're glad we're not heading to Waratah, but maybe they could send photographs. So it has been considered, so thank you for that. Okay, so we'll advise them next time, and we'll organise it around a photograph of whatever they have decorated their homes with.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. One more, go for it.
Well, I could direct this one through to the CEO, if I could. Look, I'm not sure how I can go about it, but I'll give it a
Well,
go.
it's your question.
It's been 6 months now since our changeover with the board, and we haven't had any administrative.
Can I just stop you? Can you ask your question first and then give us your rationale?
How long before, I noticed there's no minutes of any meetings in the agenda, and I'm aware that the majority of them have been sent through, and I know the committee are taking the minutes currently because they've got no admin.
So we need the question.
Well, the question is, when will the Waratah board get some minutes in the agenda of their meetings?
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
We'll take that on notice. I don't.
Yep, take that one on notice. And
If they've been sent through, we can certainly put them in.
No, I think that's all.
well, thank you, Councillor Hyde. We've had one from just about everybody. Well done, everyone. Made it a lot more interesting with all of these things that we want sorted. But you'll have to wait till next year for some answers, I think. Okay, moving on for item 8, notice of motion, none received. Item 9, reports of officers and committees, Somerset Sporting Precinct Master Plan update. There is a recommendation that Council notes the 2025-26 Somerset Sporting Precinct update, including progress against the master plan and ongoing communication with stakeholders. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Johnson moved. Could I have Deputy Mayor Edwards seconded? Councillor Johnson, would you like to open the debate around this?
I just like to congratulate the forward moving that we're doing with this project. The dollars that has been put forward and hopefully we're going to get more of. I'd just like to put another avenue on even another sport in there. Obviously the pickleball club is and pickleball throughout the world is the fastest growing sport now, but there is no allocation for an outdoor pickleball section on that. So as I say, your first expense is last expense. If we can look to be putting outdoor pickleball courts in that facility would be fantastic. And other than Langley Park and all that, and the upgrading there is looking, looking really good with tenders. I think they've been accepted now, so and that's pretty much starting. It is starting now, yeah. So all good. So very good.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I do have noticed that they're playing night games of cricket under the lights, which is a first, so that those lights accommodate the night games. So that's good. Councillor Bramich.
Thank you. I'm not going to speak against what's in front of us. What worries me is on page 43, and maybe the Director for Finance, I think that might be his title, that'll do, we'll know what I'm talking about, is a rate increase that could be up around 4.3 to cover the expense. I guess as a council, with that and other new buildings coming online, and the walking track, we're going to have to be very, very careful.
Through you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, certainly that 4.3% general rate increase is simply taking the annual operational costs of that building, depreciation, operating the building, to work out how much that general rate increase would be. Now, in our FMS, one of the principles in the FMS is around, we know that we've got a program of works that we've got to do over the next 10 sort of years, roughly pushing towards $90 million of new works now. So we've fully accommodated in that FMS those operating costs that we will take on with building those assets. But one of the principles that it is in the FMS is trying to find savings to offset those costs that come on, to reduce the general rate increases needed to fund that moving forward. So While that is just simply taking the cost and equating it into generate increase, that might not necessarily be the generate increase we have in that year. And because we review the FMS every year and look at that modelling every year, we can sort of pivot and adjust as we go. But we have fully factored that into our FMS, those operating costs coming online, we'll continue to review it each year until we actually deliver that project, and hopefully find some offsetting savings so that we won't fully have that rate burden move on to the community through that project.
I guess a follow-up one, Mayor, and it might already be happening, I don't know. Is it time we talk with Bernie to try and get basketball together? And Bernie come in with us I don't know if them talks have happened or not going to happen.
Okay, what about we pass it to Daniel?
Yeah.
He might be able to give you some responses about it.
Yeah, thanks. Through you, Mayor. Look, what we understand from Bernie's motion recently is to have an open space consultant who's now gathering information for Bernie's stadium and gathering information from our plans as well. We understand that consultant will compile that for Bernie and share it with us as well. And I'm not sure at what point that will happen, whether joint workshopping or other, but we know that work's happening in the background. So, yeah.
Oh, well, that's a start. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We won't have to build another bridge for that, will we?
No. Councillor Roberts.
I just actually want to follow up on what Mayor Dunham said about the cricket under lights the other night. I was actually very fortunate to be at that game, and it was a great game with a great crowd. Wynyard actually won on the last ball by 1 run, which added to the excitement of it, and it was very fitting, and both teams deserved to win, to use an old sports cliche. To see those two clubs interacting after that game as well, we're actually bridging the gaps between the clubs as well with these facilities. The clubs themselves are talking amongst themselves about the best way to utilise these facilities and the best way to develop young people. And it's not a Wynyard thing, and it's not a Somerset thing or a Yola thing or anywhere really. Moala Cricket Club obviously merged with the Wynyard Cricket Blues many years ago now, and it's created pathways that are seeing. Right now our region is producing some of the best junior talent for sports. It always has, but we've gone to a whole nother level, and to see it actively happening in front of us makes me very excited for the future. I have absolute complete faith in this council and its staff and its management team to deliver these projects as well. And it's exciting as is further along in the agenda about the contracts being awarded as well. And I imagine in the next, say, half a decade, we're going to see a lot of movement in this space. So I want to credit all the councillors that were here before me and everything they have done on this journey. And I'm extremely confident that this is going to be a massive boon to our whole region. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any speakers against this motion, please? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. Item 9.2, the annual update, Fossil Bluff and surrounding trails master plan. The recommendation before you, councillors, is that council notes the annual status update on the progress of the Fossil Bluff and surrounding trails master plan. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Raw. Councillor Raw had her hand up first, so seconder, Councillor Roberts. Councillor Raw, did you wish to open the debate about this motion?
Yeah, it's just asking us to note the update and the walking tracks for our community around the river. Wonderful places to go for people to walk and be part of nature and improve health and all those sorts of things. So I just think it's, once again, a great reminder that council are working on the track, and it is a beautiful place to be and a beautiful place to go. So, yeah, great news.
Thank you, Councillor Raw. We certainly are very lucky. Are there any speakers against this motion? Are there any further speakers for the motion? If not, I will put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. 9.3, Sister Speech and Port Road speed limit reduction. The recommendation before you, Council, is that you note the direction letter received from the Commissioner for Transport and proceeds with the works to reduce the speed limit of Sister Speech Road and Port Road, Boat Harbour, as approved by the Commissioner for Transport. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Deputy Mayor Edwards. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Courtney. Deputy Mayor Edwards, would you like to open the debate about this motion?
Yeah, it's just really good to see that this has come through. It was started back in 23 and then the SEEP group again gave it an extra boost halfway through the year, mainly for the protection of animals and that, but it's good to have a regional road, have the speed limit lowered down. I had a question, if I could ask that.
Ask a question.
So yes, if approved tonight, which I hope it will be, when do we think this will take place? And another question on top of that, also if this will be monitored by police when it does happen, and if that is the case, are they able to monitor down at Sisters Beach in the village as well? If it happens before summertime-ish, because there is a lot of traffic flow and that down there, and I've had residents already asking for the safety.
Mr. Summers, if you would.
Yeah, through you, Mayor, the implementation would almost certainly be in the new year, just given time to order signs subject to the motion going through tonight. The second part of the question, Tas Police monitoring, probably something we need to take on notice and discuss directly with them. I'd imagine it will depend upon resourcing and any other programs they run. So, yeah.
Thank you for that. Are there any speakers against this motion? If there are no speakers against the motion, I put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Moved unanimously. 9.4. The Quarterly Information Report, Organisational Performance. The recommendation is that Council notes the Quarterly Information Report for the Organisational Performance Department as of 30th of November 2025. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Roberts has moved. Could I have a seconder? Councillor Courtney. Councillor Roberts, do you wish to open a debate on this motion, please?
I'll say the same thing I literally say every single time. Look, we get as councillors, we get so many questions from the public about what is actually going on in our region. We do answer them as best as we can, and we definitely ring up the staff and ask for the answers when we don't know. The truth is that this is a 10-page report that if every person in our region read this report, they would have a great understanding of what projects are currently underway, what percentage they are completed, how many projects we have started this year. One of the most interesting things I find is the progress photos. So once that pipe's under the ground, once that concrete's being done, once that path's in, you won't actually get to see what's underneath it. And as with Somerset to Anzac Park, a lot of the investment was actually what went underground. So this is a great way for the members of our community to actually read these reports, the performance, whether it's the management performance reports, etc., and really get a great overview of exactly where the ratepayers' money is being spent, whether we're actually up to date with the projects or not. And I think one of the most impressive things, and it's credit to the staff, not us as councillors, but credit to our staff and our management, that they'd find that most of them projects are actually well underway or completed. I was reading in the report before, there's 19 different actions for a certain reporting here. We've started 10 of them, 4 of them are currently well underway and 3 are on their way and 2 will be delayed. So out of 19 different actions, council is currently completed or about to complete or completing 17 of them, which really, I've been around local government a long time as an employee, a volunteer and as a councillor, and I would put it to the test that this is the best performing council in Tasmania. And I'm very fortunate as a councillor, as elected representative of this council, that you actually make us look so good. So thank you so very much. We appreciate your expertise and your professionalism, and we're very grateful. So thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Courtney. Can I just say yay that our digital project is nearly completed? Well done. Well done. Thank you. And I like this report because I read through it and see that we have really good staff retention, which tells me that our staff are happy, because I know that a lot of the councillors that sit at this table, you know, want to be an employer of choice. So I'm heartened to read that we have good employee retention and that we're a good employer. So yeah, I think that's a great thing in town. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. And I think it's important that we do acknowledge that. Thank you very much. Are there any further speakers to this motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried. Item 9.5, Outline Development Plan. There's a recommendation before you, councillors, that number 1, adopts the outline development plans as prepared for River Road, Wynyard and Malakoff Street, Somerset. And item 2, acknowledges the submissions received on the development plans and thank those who took the time to review the documents. Could I have a mover for that motion? Actually, Deputy Mayor Edwards. Thank you. And who was the seconder? I thought I saw, if you just did you put your hand up, Councillor Bramage, or not? No, you didn't, sorry. Okay. Okay. Councillor Roberts has now seconded the motion. Deputy Mayor Edwards, would you like to speak to this motion, please?
Yeah, I just think this is good for growth for the future and preparing, for future development if these landowners want to, you know, take that on into the future. And yeah, just when everything gets built out, we've got this area already marked for development.
Thank you for that. Are there any speakers against this motion? Are there any further speakers for the motion? Councillor Roberts.
I just want to highlight something here that we are very fortunate as elected members to see these things and discuss them in workshops ahead of schedule. And we've actually seen concept drawings of the streets, etc., as a part of this plan, and they're absolutely magnificent. I think it's something that our region is not just looking to aimlessly expand for no reason. It's not looking to just develop for no reason, and it's not looking to build some monstrosities or anything. The homes of our region, the families in our region, and strategically planning about how to develop our region is something this council spends a lot of time working on, especially staff. And I truly believe that the people that work within this organisation have the capability to bring these things to fruition. So the hard work of a lot of our councillors that have been here a long time as well, I feel that over the next coming decades that we will see the products being delivered and the projects being delivered and these plans being delivered, and the strategic thinking that goes on behind the scenes will live on in our region for a very long time in its layout and our expansion. So I just love to be a part of such an innovative and forward-thinking council, and these regions that are a part of these development plans, the potential and the beauty and the streets, and really staying in tune with what our region's all about. And that's one thing we do as planning is actually, and strategically planning, is that we want things to fit within the theme of our region. And I really look forward one day to seeing trees lining the streets and wider roads and wider footpaths and all these things that we're planning ahead for. So I want to congratulate everyone that was a part of this, and I want to thank those that actually contributed to this as well, because it allows us to make informed decisions. And this council shows a lot of intentionality with everything they do, and I don't think it's just words. I can see that the results will come from these strategic plans, and I just really want to credit everyone that was involved. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Roberts. Are there any further speakers for this motion? Are there any speakers against? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. 9.6, Waratah Wynyard Councillor Charter.
There is a recommendation that council adopts a charter reflecting councillors' commitment to working as a team on behalf of the community. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Roberts has moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Hyland seconded. Councillor Roberts, you wish to speak to this motion?
On the spot, eh? Look, I just, again, this is something that councillors worked on, and councillors together have worked on, to put a charter together about the values that we share and the, again, intentionality of us working together, not only as individual elected politicians, but as a team. And I do think, you know, that I like the way and how professional this council has been for the majority of my time on it. And make no mistake, to the public, we do disagree on things, but I'd like to think that we do so in a way that does respect the differences between us all. We were all voted in by different people. We all stood on different platforms and we all speak on different things. So I think this is another step towards not only our current team of councillors, but with an election next year, I feel it gives us great consistency going forward about what is expected to be a councillor of Waratah Wynyard Council. Our staff represent us extremely well, very innovative and extremely professional. So I feel that it's only fair that we as councillors uphold the same values that our staff do as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any further speakers for this motion? Councillor Raw.
Yeah, look, I just think the charter has pulled together what needs to be highlighted on and what needs to be focused on by all of us and at all times. And implementation will be the proof that it's not just words, and that may be the hard work that has to be done in the implementation. The DATNA work is paramount to moving it forward, I would say, and I'm glad that I've had that opportunity to work with the DATNA people and learn about all these types of things that make good councils.
Thank you. Are there any further speakers? Councillor Bramage.
Thank you, Mayor. Please. Don't know what the word is I want to use, but anyhow, I'll try. I guess I'm going to support this motion with great difficulty. Having been on council for 26 years, and this is put in front of me, and I get things wrong. I do. We debate hard sometimes. And look, I'll be the first probably to get it wrong, and I apologise for that. But you just go back to a footballer. The best footballer will get something wrong and get a 50-metre penalty against him. Maybe 2. That's what's going to happen here. Won't matter what we got written down. But I'm going to support it. But I think to myself, and what we do around the debate around the table here now is not hard to what it was 20 years ago when you had Ransley, Fenton, all them sort of people here, Chalk, David Moore, they batted hard. We only do it minor now. But I apologise if I get it wrong. That's all I can say. But I will try.
Thank you, Councillor Bramage, and that's all we can ask of you or any councillor, so thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any further speakers to this motion? Are there any speakers against the motion? You've already... did you speak?
I moved it, so
You moved
so we can
close.
I can close.
There's no one's against it though, so do we?
Still get closed.
I think you can still close.
Okay,
Still get closed.
all right, thank you. I
Just-
get it wrong as well sometimes.
Just in closing, I want on the record that 26 years, and not speaking across the table, but in closing to your relevant point, Councillor Bramage, I just went on the record that I have been very impressed by you as a councillor at this council. I see how hard you go into bat for the members of the public, the blue collar people, the farmer, the worker, the parents, the single parents. I think that a lot of the great work that Councillor Bramich has done over 26 years can be at times overlooked because of his humility, really. I find that it's very progressive, that we come from different age groups, different demographics, different backgrounds, whether we agree or not, and I'll put that on the record, that this council we do bat pretty hard behind closed doors, but we like to do it in a way that is respectful and courteous of our community. And I want to put on the record in close that I thank Councillor Bramich for his support of this, and it goes to show that whether we all see a different way or we have a different opinion, that we are all at least trying to be in the same room with the right intent. So I just want to credit all my fellow councillors on this as well. As Councillor Raw referred to the Datner Group, the Datner Group's heard my thoughts on it, and I'm never backwards coming forward. So, I'm not like you, Councillor Branch, much the same, and credit to all the people that have put this together. And it's not really about us, is it? It's always about the community, it's always about the public, and the work that you are doing today and the work that you have done over 26 years, and Councillor Hyland and Mayor Dunyan will literally set this region up for decades in a positive way. And I think these things, it's not necessarily about us, it's about going forward and future proofing and having standards that are befitting of people such as Francis Ransley. Roger Chalk was a great mayor of our region and done a lot of great work, and he should never be forgotten in that regard either. And obviously following on from the great work of our last mayor as well, and the work of our current mayor as well. And I feel that whether we all agree on it or not, that we can agree that we should try. So thank you very much to the staff, and thanks for putting up with us, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for your kind words.
Thank you, Councillor Roberts. If there are no speakers against the motion, I'm going to put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried. 9.7 disposal of public land, Lockett Street, Wynyard and Ronald Crescent, Somerset. The recommendation is that Council resolves to commence the process to dispose of public land at Ronald Crescent, Somerset and 25 Lockett Street, Wynyard, under Section 178 of the Local Government Act. Could I have a mover for that motion, please?
Yeah, I'll move.
Councillor Bramich moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Raw, did you put your hand up? Thank you. Councillor Bramich, do you wish to speak to this motion?
Very briefly, I really believe this will be a wise move for council. I really believe that. And it'll cut some of our depreciation out and give us a few dollars in the kitty to do something with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was very succinct, and you're quite accurate in what you said.
Yep.
Are there any further speakers to this motion? Are there any? Councillor Roberts.
I do want to speak on this one. Again, I want to explain this one to the public as well. Asset acquisition, asset utilisation much.
Thank you, Councillor Roberts. Are there any further speakers for this motion? Any further, well, there being none against the motion, I'm going to put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against, carries unanimously. 9.8, award of contract 844, construction, Langley Park Club Room redevelopment and amenities upgrade. The recommendation is that Council awards contract 844 for the construction of the Langley Park Club Room redevelopment and amenities upgrade to Stubbs Construction Proprietary Limited for $2,234,888, excluding GST, including the acceptance of cost savings and provisional allowance for temporary amenities as indicated within the proposal. Could I have a mover for that motion? Deputy Mayor Edwards has moved that one. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Johnson has seconded. Deputy Mayor Edwards, would you like to speak to this motion, please?
Yeah, this has just been a long-running need for redevelopment in this area. A DA lift, some, got my train of thought, but, you know, where people sit and, you know, what do you call that? Sorry. Grandstand, yes, thank you. Yeah, so I mean, just areas for that, change rooms and everything, so it'll be up to compliant, and yeah, it'd be great for the club moving forward with the way that football is going in the region, so it's great.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Edwards. Are there any further speakers to this motion? Councillor Bramage.
Yeah, look, I'm pleased as that, because I've heard around this table for quite a long time now that it's not fit for purpose. So let's get on and do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Councillor Johnson.
Same. As I say, with the junior development and all that, this is a needs, and it's great to see that Stubbs has been awarded the contract, and yeah, as I say, let's start making this building a lot better and utilise it.
Exciting times for Somerset is what I can say. Are there any further speakers for this motion? Councillor Roberts.
Firstly, I want to credit, both Somerset Football Club and Somerset Cricket Club. They're great people in both those clubs, and they're very positive about the future of sport in Somerset. Now, what's probably been noticed in the last half a decade is just how good Tasmanians are at things like basketball and cricket and football. We've always sort of been overlooked on a national level, and yet traditionally we've had great success at representative carnivals, etc. Now, with the Wynyard Sporting Precinct, which myself and Councillor Johnson are very fortunate to be a part of, and the Somerset Sporting Precinct, which Deputy Mayor Edwards and Councillor Johnson are fortunate to be a part of, we really should be able to deliver the best pathways for young people in our state to make state or national teams. Now, we want the people in our region to be able to achieve whatever it is they want to. I've never been a believer that as small town people that we can't achieve big things. I truly believe that both of these facilities will be the envy of the state. Sometimes he who laughs last laughs loudest as well, because so many of these facilities that have been built 10 years ago are now 10 years old. Whereas over this next 5 years, as we roll out both of these sporting precincts and deliver both of these projects, our assets will be brand new. Now, when you look at a brand new coastal pathway, a brand new sporting precinct in Somerset, brand new club rooms for Somerset Football and Cricket Club, brand new basketball stadium down at the school, brand new club rooms at the Wynyard Recreation Ground, the lights at the high school, the lights at the football ground, the lights at Langley Park. We absolutely are the envy of everywhere right now. I want to credit the staff, those that have put in a lot of work, not just in this one, but also in Wynyard. Steph Hanson, currently the community activation team, Bronwyn Folden, and also Beck Billing, who used to work here in that capacity as recreation. She did an incredible job as well. I just am really excited. People can view sports as a recreational pursuit, but sports teach people a lot about life and discipline, teamwork. And so I feel that the young people and the people in our region have been given a great opportunity here, and I absolutely believe that the future of Tassie basketball and Tassie cricket and Tassie football could realistically be from Wynyard or Somerset. So there's how many times have we ever been able to say that? So we might be a small region, but I'd say that we definitely punch outside our weight class, and these projects are innovative and visionary really, and they also tie in with state government strategy of what they are trying to deliver for sports and recreation in Tasmania, and hopefully they'll pony up and give us some money. So I'm really excited about these ones. To see these tenders being handed out and the contracts awarded is actually incredible. There's a lot of progress there, and I look forward to seeing these build over the next 5 years or so. So thank you very much to all our staff and community members and sports clubs and the representatives that are involved. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Roberts. Are there any further speakers? Councillor Highland.
Yeah, there was a contribution from AFL Tas, and I think we just need to sort of keep that link, keep touching that link, because believe it or not, the stadium and AFL and the link into AFL, the money is just going to continue to flow. We've already seen what's coming into Penguin. They've taken some of that now and give it to Devonport to upgrade their stadium. We're going to have that much football starting next year on the coast with the AFLW and the VFL. So, and our kids will benefit largely from that, because they'll just be able to, get the steps, and they haven't got to go to Hobart all the time. They can go to Penguin, Devonport, and gradually step up. So we just got to be mindful of the AFL's got plenty, so we just got to keep in touch.
Thank you for that. And I do note that the juniors that are training once a week is all I've noticed so far this year, but they're coming from far afield, as far away as Waratah, to come and train, and they are so enthusiastic to participate, and I think that we're giving them that opportunity to develop their skills, which is great. Are there any further speakers? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. 9.9 is the financial report for the period ended 30th of November 2025. The recommendation is that Council notes the financial report for the period ended 30th of November 2025. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Roberts moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Raw. Councillor Roberts, do you wish to speak to this motion?
Just the same thing I always say. I really appreciate what our finance department does. 29 councils in Tasmania, 12 of which break even or make a profit, 6 of which make a profit, and we've made a surplus for 8 straight years, I believe. So, our Director of Finance continues to be a wizard in that space. So thank you very much, Mr. Smith. We appreciate greatly what you do, and the other members of your team as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Are there any further speakers to this motion, please? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. 9.10, the Senior Management Report. The recommendation is that Council notes the Senior Management Report. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Courtney has moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Johnson seconded. Councillor Courtney, do you wish to speak to this report, please?
I don't need to speak to the report. I'm glad that our CEO has now met with the GM for Burnie. I'm hoping that leads to new relationships with our council across the bridge, and that perhaps we can lead to a workshop later and look at regional projects. So that's a positive. I'm just going to ask I noticed the community conversations are in there, the dates are in there. Will we get confirmations of times and venues early in the year or right before the community conversations? Because
through you, Mayor, I'm intending to provide updates in January.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so then we'll be able to advertise in January all of those dates at once?
Yes, we can do.
Fantastic, that's fantastic, because we can then put flyers up so that people are aware well in advance. That's fantastic, thank you.
Thank you for that. Are there any further speakers to this report? Any speakers against the report? If not, I will put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. 9.11, award of contract number 842, bridge replacement, Bridge Street, Sisters Beach. The recommendation is that Council awards the contract number 842, Bridge Street, bridge replacement to Hazel Brothers Group Proprietary Limited. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Roberts has moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Courtney. Councillor Roberts, do you wish to speak to this motion?
Just quickly, the amount of work that we've done, say, in Waratah over the last couple of years, there's been some great work down there. The work that's happening at the Boat Harbour Beach redevelopment as well, Boat Harbour Beach master plan, and also little things that seem little, but the speed limit changes different. You can see these strategies all coming together, and the replacement of well-needed infrastructure is obviously important. So I just really love that we really are getting around everywhere and getting jobs done everywhere, and whether you're Wynyard or Sisters Beach, it doesn't matter to us. We want to deliver infrastructure to the whole region, and very thankful for the work that our Director of Infrastructure and Development Services does. He's a great Wynyard man, Mr. Summers, and he also looks out for everywhere else. So appreciate what you guys are doing in your department. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Are there any further speakers to this motion? Councillor Bramage.
Thanks. It's just a question. I'm going to support the motion. It's a question to the Director of Engineering. How do you think the second bridge will work? Do you know how that's going to work?
Sorry, through you, Mayor. The replacement bridge.
Yeah.
Look, it's intended to keep traffic open at all times, which is important. The tender proposal is to place piles behind the existing abutments, so there'll be no disturbance to the waterway, and equally no need to remove vegetation. So it'll be switching between one side of the bridge at a time to allow traffic to continue, and leaving abutments in place as scout protection. So
Wicked. Well done. That's good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Summers. Are there any further speakers to this motion? Any speakers against? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. Item 10, matters proposed for consideration in the closed meeting. There is a recommendation that the Council resolves by an absolute majority that the matters listed below be considered in the closed meeting. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Courtney. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Rawl. I will put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. Closure of the meeting to the public at 7:20. There is a recommendation before you, councillors, that Council resolves by an absolute majority that go into closed meeting to consider the following matters. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Bramage moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Courtney. I'm going to put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried unanimously. So the meeting is closed to the public. Thank you.